Hi friends, welcome to Moms and Money, where we talk about managing money, making money, and saving money for the women in the household. Today we're going to be talking about how to save money on a low income. Now, first of all, a low income, you have to have perspective. So what a low income to you may be a very high income for someone that's in a third world country, or for somebody that lives in different parts of the United States. It could be a high income. So the definition of a low income is not so black and white. It really is your perspective and how you look at it. But I know that sometimes you may perceive your income as being low, and you may have limitations about that, or you feel like, you can't do some of the things that you want to do because you have a low income. And I'm here to encourage you and to know that you can still have goals if you have a low income. You can still save money if you have a low income. And if you do have a low income, it does not define you. It does not define your worth. Okay. And just know that you can manage it in a way so that you can eventually increase your income and decrease your expenses. Because at the end of the day, you can make $1 million a month, but if you spend 99% of it every month, you have a low income, So it really is a balance of, okay, your income, your intake, but how much are you able to save of it? And how much are you able to invest of it? And then how much do you spend of it? Because you can make maybe $1,000 a month, but you're able to save $700 of it. Well, you have a high income then, my friend. So it's definitely a perspective. So I just wanted to explain that before we get into it. Now, the first thing I want to say is this is so imperative. It's to track your spending. Okay, that's a fancy way of saying, girl, you need to create yourself a budget. Again, I don't care how much money you make, you have to create a budget. Okay, and realize, okay, where's your money being spent? Where is your money going? What are you spending it on? Okay, so if you're to the point where it's like there's more money being spent than money coming in, then there's a lot of adjustments that need to be made. Typically, our biggest culprit is housing, whether it be a mortgage or rent. Housing can eat up a huge chunk of your income, and if that is the case, you may have to make some drastic changes to change that. Okay, maybe you need to move, maybe you need to downsize. Any of these things to just grasp and get control of your finances again. Because let me tell you something, girl, if you're out here just freely spending and keeping up with everybody you see online, keeping up with friends who are broke as well too, then you're never going to get out of that rut and out of that circle. So I want you to, first of all, stay encouraged, and secondly, be willing to know what changes and be willing to make those changes that need to be made so that you can be able to save and invest more of your income. So definitely create a budget. You can download my free zero-based budget in the description box, or you can purchase some of my printables if you are a pen and paper type of person. Number two, you need to look at your lifestyle. Look at your lifestyle. Are you an extravagant spender? Are you someone who cannot wait to get your tax refund so that you're able to go shopping? And I'm not saying this I'm not looking down or speaking down on anybody. I'm just speaking to encourage you to make some realizations if this resonates with you. Are you one of those people who want to travel and decide to travel even though you haven't invested anything yet for your 401k, or you haven't saved for your kids' college fund yet? You have to think about those things. Are you one of those people who want to buy a car? As soon as your car note's paid off, you're ready to buy a brand new car, but you have no long-term savings set up or even interested in that. These are the type of questions you have to ask yourself. Okay, you have to look at your lifestyle and start consuming content that helps you get to where you want to be. Okay, you want to have long-term savings structured and set up. You want to have short-term savings structured and set up. You want to have your budget in place. You want to be able to live comfortably. Now listen, I'm not saying that you have to eat rice and beans. I'm not one of those Dave Ramsey stands. Don't get me wrong, I'm a fan, but I'm not a stand where I say you just need to eat rice and beans and that's it. And you need to be paying off all your debt, and you need to do, even though you do need to do that, but I know it's just not realistic to tell someone all you can eat is rice and beans. We know that. I just want you to stay encouraged and know, okay, well, maybe you need to pull back a little bit. okay? And you need to start cooking your meals a lot more and stop eating out. You need to budget your groceries and try to cut your grocery bill in half. You need to look at your expenses to see what you can cut back on, what you need and what you don't need. Maybe you can shop secondhand for a little bit. Again, these are just small seasons of your life, you know, and you don't have to do it forever. You know, work towards your goal, and once you accomplish it, then you can treat yourself to a nice dinner. You can treat yourself to a nice trip. You can treat yourself to a nice handbag that you've been eyeing. You know, but it's the time in between that you stay disciplined, that you're able to save that money. Okay, so if you have a low income and your expenses are really high, can you evaluate your lifestyle and change it? Maybe you're spending so much because you want to be in a certain neighborhood. Well, maybe you can move out of that neighborhood if it's possible. Or maybe you can downsize your car. If you have a very expensive car, even if it's not expensive, if you can't afford it, you can't afford it. Maybe you can trade it in and get something a little bit cheaper. Whatever it may be, just think about your lifestyle and think about if you are living and exceeding your needs and your finances. Number 3, this is a big one and a lot of people don't do it, but you should, no matter what your income is, and that is you need to pay yourself first. Pay yourself first, sis. I don't care what your income is. Make it a priority. Just like it's a priority for us to pay our mortgage and our rent, we know we have to pay it. That's the kind of attitude you need to have when it comes to saving. You've got to save yourself first. I don't pay yourself first. I don't care if it's $2. Okay, you get your check, I'm gonna put $2 away. Well, then good for you, girl, because you paid yourself first, because you're worth it. You're worth it. You know, your future is worth it. Your family is worth it. You know, there's value in like creating that discipline. Even if it starts off with $1 every paycheck, and then you slowly increase it. Okay, if you start that action and put that habit in place, it will change you financially. It really will, because it's so important to pay yourself first. Just like if the government were to come in and tax you and pay, hey, you need to pay this, you have to pay it, you would make a way to pay it. That's the kind of attitude you need to have when it comes to yourself and putting money away for yourself and your family. You make a way to do it. Make yourself a priority, because again, you are worth it. Number 4, you want to negotiate. So many people just settle. You don't want to settle. You want to negotiate, girl. Negotiate your cable. I was just on the phone with DirecTV the other day and said, listen, I'm tired of paying this amount. Okay, we don't even hardly watch TV. We stream everything. I'm this close to canceling the whole thing. What can you do for me? Girl, she gave me like $20 or $30 off. And we've been with them for like 10 years. You know, negotiate your home insurance, negotiate your car insurance. Don't just like accept that offer. You need to ask them, listen, I'm going to do a little bit more shopping around. Can you reduce this price a little bit? I've been a customer for this long. Can this price be reduced? Ask, girl, ask. You know, you're giving people business. You know, that's how business works. You're giving people business, so they're going to do what they can to keep you as a customer, because it's cheaper for the company to keep you as a customer than lose you as a customer and try to regain you back. Okay, so they're gonna do what they can. So you just have to be willing to ask and not just settle for the first thing they offer you. The same goes for your cell phone, your internet, all of that needs to be negotiated at all times. Anytime it's time for you to renew your contract, especially if you've been with these people for more than a year, review and say, listen, what can you do for me? This is very expensive. You know, a competitor, you can mention a competitor's name, has been sending me all these offers in the mail. What can you do to match this offer? You need to ask. Those are the types of questions that you need to be asking to see if they can give you some sort of money off. Okay, and the last thing I want to tell you is, and I say this all the time on my channel, side hustles. Side hustles. Okay, side hustles are real. Okay, I'm a walking, speaking testimony of it. Okay, what started out as a side hustle for me as a creative outlet turned into a full-on career that I left my 15-year career to do full-time. Okay, so I'm encouraging you to try to monetize some of your hobbies and what you're interested in, because trust me, you're not the only one. You know, I have listed in the description box some of my favorite side hustles that are profitable and not too expensive to start up. Some of them are free. You need to encourage yourself to step out and try to do something different to get those multiple streams of income. The multiple streams of income is powerful. Even if it's just a couple bucks that you're earning here or there, that still adds up over time, you guys. It adds up over time. And if you want to change your situation, if you want to change your income, you have the power and the control to do it. Now, if you work for someone, yeah, you don't, a lot of times you don't have the power to control what your salary or what your hourly rate is going to be. But if you have a side hustle, you can definitely control how much extra money you're bringing in, which controls your income as a whole. Okay, side hustles are a real thing. I encourage you to look into it. You can literally learn how to do anything on YouTube. You can learn how to do it, usually for free. So I encourage you to at least try. Okay, leave a comment down below and let me know if any of this was useful to you, any other videos you'd like to see. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like button. It really helps my channel out. I appreciate you taking the time now to spend with me, just going over how to save, girl, because 2021 is knocking, okay? And I want us to be ready, all right? Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, you can tap my picture on the screen, and you can also check out my previous video right next to it, and all of my social media platforms all listed down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.